Okay. This is going to be worksheet 4. Part 2. All right, are you ready? You ready? Okay. What's that? A graph. Yes? Just happens to be velocity. What's velocity? Just in very simple terms. How fast you're going, right? That's right. And what's time? Seconds, 1, 2, time passing. Okay. Yes? All right. What's the slope of that line? What's the slope of that line? What's the rise over run? What's y over x? What's the slope of that line?
50 over 10.
What is that? What is 50 over 10? 5. Right? It's going to get more complicated than that, but we're not going to put unit labels there. Is 5 okay? Does everybody understand 5? Are you sure? Now, just so it's complete that you can look back on it, I'm going to put dimensions on there, but you don't have to understand them. Is that okay? But when you go back to look at this, it'll make more sense. All right? It's going to be meters per second squared. Okay? Now, what's area? What's area? Yes, I'm almost done. What's area?
Length times width.
Length times width. Excellent. That's the area of a rectangle, right? Area of a rectangle is length times width, right? Area of a rectangle equals length times width. How many people would say that that's correct? Okay. What's the area of a triangle?
Base times
Close. I'm not sure what you said completely.
times height times a half.
That's right. Length times width times a half. 1/2 the base times the height. Would you say that's true? What's the base here? Time or velocity? What's the base? Time is the base. Excellent. And what's the value of the base? What's the base? What's the length of the base?
10.
Goes from 0 to 10. Excellent. 10. What's the height?
50.
50. Excellent. Excellent. Now, can you figure out if the base is 10 and the height is 50, right? And the equation is 1/2 the base times the height. What would the area of that triangle be? Yes?
250.
250. Is that right? Is that right? 250. What's 10 times 50? What is it? 500, right? What's 1/2 of 500?
200.
You don't need a calculator for that? It's pretty cool. Okay. So the area is going to be what? What's the area? It's going to be that's pretty cool. The area is 250. Now, if I'm going to give you a definition. Are you ready? You ready? I'm going to give you a definition. Okay. Isn't that? Could you imagine going to a dentist that sounded like that? Wouldn't that be awful? I've been to a dentist. That's when I go into my dentist's office. That's what I hear.
Oh,
Yeah, it's awful. Okay, so I'm going to give you a definition. You ready? Write this down. On a velocity time graph, 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 the area under the plot, the area under the plot is the what? Is the what? The area under the plot is the what? What's the area under the plot? What's the area under the plot? It's going to be the distance. What did I just multiply? What's the base? What's the base? Time, right? What's the base? Time, right? What's the height? What's the height? What's the height?
Velocity.
Velocity. All right. What did I do? Didn't I multiply the base times the height? So what did I multiply? V times t, right?
Yeah.
Yes? Vt equals d. On a velocity time graph, the area under the plot is equal to the distance. You get that? That's just a definition. Yes? Good. You get it? So what did we do? You found the slope of that line. Yes? And then you found the area underneath that plot. Correct? Yes or no? We're off.